All right. I think we're live, guys.
It started already.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Did you record it?
Hey, guys. Give me a second here.
Our first meeting for 2022.
Happy New Year.
Yes. Happy New Year to you.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
We can hear you.
Our first meeting for 2022.
Oh, he's playing it back.
Yep. Yes. Happy New Year to you.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
This will be awkward.
Sorry, I'm having an issue. All right, we should have no more issues with the feedback that was on my end. I'm sorry.
No, that was awesome. It was
No problem.
All right, well, guys, welcome so much. Happy New Year to everyone. This is our first official show with What the FiGPiN. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us from FiGPiN Boosters Live and everyone else that's new to the channel. We announced at our FiGPiN Miss that we were changing the format here. So again, thank you so much for everyone's support so far, and we're looking forward to having a great transition into YouTube and our new channel called What the FiGPiN. So Amado was actually inspired by you guys, with FWAP and all the other acronyms. So Alex had this great idea of, well, let's do WTF and call it What the FiGPiN. So
I love it.
I've used it around my kids, so now I don't have to feel too bad about getting angry and not having to use curse words with them. So
yeah,
that is a perfect curse word substitution. I love it. I've been trying to use it for myself.
we've been trying to figure out how to use like we wanted to do like a booth interactive thing where we turn you into a FiGPiN or you stand inside a FiGPiN booth, and it was I wanted to call it Go Fig Yourself. For some reason it didn't catch on.
It's a little wordy.
Well, for the next time, we'll start it up on the side. Special guest.
Right. Yeah.
Well, so Amado, it's definitely appreciative, and I know that you have a short time frame here, so sorry about the delay with the confusion on Zoom here and then streaming into YouTube, but we appreciate you joining us. So Amado, you know me, I'm sure you know FiGPiN Battle, also Michael, as well as Alex as Punk's Dandy. So again, we appreciate your time, and we'll go ahead and jump right into it. So
yeah,
what was your favorite thing about 2021 so far?
Nothing. I don't think I liked a single thing about 2021.
Roll to that hump. Let's go.
Outside of FiGPiN, maybe nothing. No, it was a very interesting year for us. I mean, it was very challenging in some ways. A lot of kind of start stops, but overall, we're pretty happy in how 2021 ended. We had, if you remember, we had pulled out of New York, so that was kind of a letdown. But then we figured out a way to get the FiGPiNs in there, and I think that was, most people thought that was a success. For one of the nicest ones there, at the show. And then we had this, this like back-to-back con thing, which was really insane. I mean, for me, the cons like started in mid-October, because that's when I started like building our booth. And so I rented like a workshop here or workspace here in San Diego, and I started working on it, and it was just nonstop until just a few days before Christmas, because we had to get the booth back and we had to check it out, and so it's just been nonstop. And of course, you think it's all over, but then you get back and you realize you've gone like a month and a half without getting any actual work done. So it's been nonstop, but thank goodness it's been a great year. And we put out a lot of high quality stuff. I think the product that we keep putting out, dare I say, just keeps getting better and better. The stuff that is coming out in 2022 is even better. Like, we're going to new places and new properties, so it's really exciting. it's on all levels.
Very cool, man.
One thing that I think was a bit of a disappointment for me is the amount of stuff that we developed for the app. 2021 was a really painful year for us on app development for a variety of reasons. We had the teams change out a few times. We spent a ton of time and effort early in the year kind of battling the battling all the it was kind of a multi-tiered thing. You had the high volume users coming on, you had the bots, you had some problems with scaling with the app. So it's just this combination of factors that made it tough for us. So a lot of the things that we wanted to build out just didn't happen. And I think for me, that's probably one of my biggest frustrations for last year. So that's kind of like the high and the low.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and to that, well, two things. One, I'm pretty sure I think I saw a time lapse video. I believe it was of you and Zach, or maybe you and Levi building the booth. So that was definitely amazing. I mean, it was really cool to go ahead and see how you guys put it all together, in the warehouse, and then actually seeing it, live in person at the con. So amazing job. I mean, you and your team always do a great job. So, thank you for, doing what you guys do on the back end. It's definitely appreciated. And then with the app, yeah, I mean, I like it. I'm enjoying it. It's cool to see what you guys are doing with it and trying to respond to, some of the hurdles that you have. So, I mean, again, kudos to what you have to deal with. I know it's definitely difficult to have to deal with some of those things, but I think you're doing the best that you guys can at the point. So again, we appreciate you.
I don't ever want to make it sound like, we have excuses, but some really basic things that I want people to remember, especially like fans of FiGPiN, is as of today, the app is just it's like a money pit for us. Meaning, we just spend and spend and spend. When we make a FiGPiN and sell it, we often make money on that. The app is the exact opposite. We just spend money and there's no return on it. I mean, there's no tangible return, like by way of like revenue. The kind of community engagement and the fun that collectors get from it, it's a different kind of return, but it's an expensive thing. As you guys probably know, with software, it's an expensive it's an expensive enterprise. So that's something that I always like whenever I'm reading comments and stuff. I just want to like tell them, hey guys, I understand you're frustrated. We are 10 times more frustrated than you, and not only that, but we're also paying a lot for this frustration.
Yeah.
Well, keep going, because we've noticed a change. I know we have enjoyed watching all the different people post from the cons, watching all of the latest stuff sell out. So you're obviously doing something right. I don't think while you said like there's no transactional based reward from the app, I definitely think the app has an unforeseen value indeed.
Yeah, I think I think the app. So you guys, I don't know if you've heard me talking about this the acronym. Back to the acronyms. This acronym that I use whenever I'm talking to the team about like what are the principles of FiGPiN, like what are the pillars of the brand, and I always tell them like to use the acronym LAPD, because it's like once you hear it, you always remember it, and in the order to it, like LAPD, which is the things that make FiGPiN successful, is the L, which is licenses. Like we're going to just kind of keep getting the best licenses we can and expanding our portfolio. The A is the art. So we take the characters that you love, we render them in an art style that is really unique and kind of sustainable. It's like it's an art style that won't get old. The P is for packaging. You could also say presentation. I think part of the FiGPiN experience is very much about how we present our product, how we package it. Gotta
have the stickers, we gotta have the cases non-scratched. I mean, it's definitely a whole part.
And the D is really simple. It's the digital, right? It's the digital experience. You take those three things and you wrap them into this digital experience. And of course, it will always be an optional experience for the collector. Meaning, if someone doesn't care for the app, that's cool. But if you do like the app and you do have kind of a collector mentality, the app is just this like perfect wrapper for those first three things. So it's really an integral part of our brand and our planned growth. So we're not, it's like full steam ahead with the app. We just want to do it right, because as you guys know, like you could buy like anything now in the market, and there's some crappy app that goes with it, and everyone's been burned by like lousy apps. And we just, we don't want to be in that category where we're just making like an afterthought kind of experience. We want this thing to be really meaningful, really powerful for the collectors.
So I love the app. You can definitely, in the year that I've been collecting, you can see the growth of the app tremendously, especially when it comes to unlock day.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much easier, and we're not fighting all of us at the same time, like for all 5 pins that released at once. But what I really like about actually the app, it feels like I'm taking my whole collection with me, so it's just right in my pocket. If I want to show something like, hey, look what I just got, I can pull up the app and show them what pin I just got, or the stats. For me, all my pins.
Not like everything that's standing in back of her. She can't show that on her
I was
app.
gonna say, don't show the attention my phone. But so all my pins are up kind of like John's on the wall in my bedroom. Yeah. And, so it's not like I want to bring everyone to my bedroom. So it's like, oh, look at my app, so, but yeah, I really enjoy it.
It's a weird thing too, because like today I spent a good amount of time not only boosting, but also talking to a couple friends about a rare Thanos that was in the UR. And we were just shooting the shit about the stats. And we were talking about like, isn't it interesting how some of the ABC lots are sometimes smaller than some of the larger size AP lots, and what are the strengths, and like what are the unlock characteristics of, and so it's kind of funny how we just go down this little dark hole of just like, well, what do the manufacturing stats do to this pin?
Yeah, one of the things that we're proud of is that you see everything. I mean, it's like you see the good, the bad, and the ugly of FiGPiN in the app. If you know where to look, right? It's not like super obvious. And I'll speak for myself. I struggled a lot like 3 years ago with our kind of irregular data. Like, there's a lot C of 36 pieces or something from Australia, and like I really hated that, because to me it was weird. Like, it didn't make sense that there'd be such a small lot. But the system is a very honest system, which is every lot is a purchase order that is put in to the manufacturing. Like when you go to manufacture something, you're seeing like an actual purchase order. So you are seeing like the real history of FiGPiN. As a matter of fact, there is a change that we're going to be making in the database soon that I think some people will notice, maybe people won't notice, but we want to try and be more accurate about the nature of like an edition. Because when we say this is a first edition, we have a date in there. It'll say like March 2020, right? First edition. And so originally, because I remember like I was, it was just like me and Brian having these conversations 4 years ago. Like I remember the original idea was, well, that's when the PO was put in. So that's the first edition. But I think in the years since, we've realized that what we really should be doing is being more descriptive of when the thing was made, as opposed to like when a PO was put in, because there's like a time gap between that. So imagine a scenario where a PO was put in like third week of January, and then another one was put in first week of February. They're most likely going to get made together, but the system is going to spit them out as like, as like 2 separate editions.
Yeah.
So we're trying to do this like course correction to address that, but also not make it look like we're going back to history and changing history, because we're not. Like, history always stays history. And so the approach that we're looking at is kind of following Apple's model of describing things early, mid, late. You know how
Yep.
their device or their hardware releases that way. And so it basically talks about like a general time frame in which this thing was made, as opposed to a month, which is usually wrong. So like we want to be, so in a way, like being more accurate is being a little more fuzzy on the data, because when it's made is not always contained within that month.
And I'm sure it all comes down to growth too. I mean, what worked for you in the beginning
Mhm.
probably doesn't meet the model you need now too. So you kind of have to adapt as you go.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like every day. And yeah, and that's I was talking to a friend just yesterday, and he had this is for a completely different product. He had like a very, very successful Kickstarter, and he can't like keep up with the orders. And we were talking about how like having an idea and making a product is kind of easy. Scaling it, like I know it's easy to say like after you have initial success, but like the scaling is actually the really hard part.
Yep.
Because if you're trying to stay true to the original product, but the original product might not have been designed, to your point, might not have been designed with that scaling in mind, you're really going to struggle in that growth phase. And
Yeah.
I think we're taking those punches, but I think we're kind of keeping it together,
Well, I will say, and someone in the comments has already posted on there, as you're talking about edition sizes, lot sizes, is the days of the Hot Topic 18 and 36 edition sizes is missed for sure. But it's good to see what you guys are doing moving forward.
Yeah, well, it's not happening anymore because it's not happening anymore. Like if we put in a PO tomorrow for 36 pieces, you'll see a lot size of 36 pieces. It's not like we changed the rules and we don't allow that to happen in the system anymore. It's just we changed the business rules and said we're not going to sell in such small quantities anymore.
So, and real quick, back to Battle's example that he gave. So someone went ahead and had unlocked today the lot B, first edition lot B of Rare Thanos. So I know that there's the 144 lot, and then there's that 36 lot. Do you know where that, like, why there was that separation? Like who purchased that lot, or where that would have come from? I mean, off the top of your head, if you don't know.
I can look.
You don't have to answer that right now. That's fine. So what I guess a more important question is what was your favorite pin of 2021 that you guys developed and released?
That's an easy one. Rare Thanos was 113, right?
Yes.
So according to and again, this stuff is, I'm looking at the same data as the app. The 108 pieces are tagged as, and the 108, it's going to be, I think, a combined number with the APs. So my quantities might be different, but one was for box lunch and one was called like our own inventory that was sold out to whoever bought it at the time.
Okay.
And you have to remember, this is like 2018. So we were just scraping around trying to figure out, like, who would buy this stuff. Let's make 10 pieces of this.
Yep. Hey, it's a successful pin. I mean, as well as the John Cena and I mean Mike Piazza. That pin's crazy to even try to come by. I mean, I haven't seen one for at least over a year now being out there.
I've heard a couple other people say, and I believe it myself, is part of what I really liked when I first started. You could only really hunt the pins down. We weren't full online ordering yet. And so I have a couple of the double pins where I bought multiples of the same, but one's from Target, one's from Walmart, and I have those in there, and it's kind of neat to remember, like, well, I was driving along the coast and I found that one in this town, or I found that one at the Walmart of this town. So I kind of like the where it came from story as well.
Yeah,
Hunt of it. Yeah.
that's the story, right? Like that's the story side of the app, the story score.
Yep. All right. So you said that was an easy question. So what was your favorite pin of 2021?
Oh yeah, the New York Comic Con logo pin. Because I designed it, that's why.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously
it's like
being from
the
New
first
York,
one they ever let me do.
yeah, no, that was awesome, man. Definitely an amazing job for sure. Definitely cool.
That is
No,
you have to do.
I'm, it's like I'm being silly. Like for me, it's really hard to answer that question because it's like asking me like what's my favorite color. I mean, my answer is always like all of them. Like
I would call
I just love like all the colors and that's a fun one too.
Yeah, if you're talking about favorite logos, that one came out super cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Eric knocked that one out in like one evening. I remember like we're chatting one night and he's like, oh, I got to do this Emerald City one, and started tinkering with it. Yeah. So yeah, it's hard for me to be like, well, number 725, like they're all kind of like they're all like children.
Yeah. Yep.
Well,
no, I mean, but it's cool to know that like at least that one stuck out for you. I mean, that's definitely cool, and it's also one of my favorite pins as well. So
like Kerrigan is an amazing pin. It's I feel like that Blizzard line minus Mercy maybe is like one of some of the richest pins we've made ever. Like the detail level and the dimensionality of them, and
Love that part of it. The detail, the full range of that is definitely one of my favorite pins.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate that we we don't have the Blizzard license anymore. And it's also unfortunate that it was a really difficult license to work with because the end product is just so amazing. So
oh man, maybe the time will come again.
Yeah, I mean, we chose not to take the license again. It's not like we like flew away in the wind.
Not like Spyro.
Yeah. Spyro, I mean, here I want to pre-answer a question, right? Because there's going to be the question, not from you, like people always ask the question, like, what is a character or property that you guys are going to make? And like my new answer to everything is all of them. Like we're going to make everything, and it's just a matter of when, right? Because our intent is to hit as many properties, as many characters, as many fandoms as we could possibly do in our lifespan, and so it's going to be like how we arrange them. So if you plot this, our growth is going to be directly related to the width of our catalog, because the more customers, the more fans we have, the wider the interests are, and then the more capacity or capability that we have to develop product.
Makes sense for sure. So I guess what are some exciting things that we have looking forward to for 2022? Within the app, and then obviously, I'll get to my next question after that. Yeah, go ahead. Anything fun in the app that you're looking at?
I mean, with the app. So I think you might be one of the beta testers on that. So there's a feature, and it's nothing, it's not like top secret or anything. It's basically allowing users to take their collection and just like Alex has done in the back, like arrange shelves of your collection. So you could say, here's my Dragon Ball shelf, here's my whatever, here's my con pins, and you could create the shelves, name them whatever you want. And the neat thing is you could actually flip a switch and whether you want them to be publicly visible or not. They default to being invisible. So let me see if I could show you here real quick. This is going to be terrible demo here. No, I got it.
Oh.
They're probably pushing changes right now as I'm trying to demo this thing. So
well, here you can go ahead and if you want to take a look, I have my phone up there for you.
Oh, here it is. That's good. Oh. I think I just needed to restart. So So it's gonna look like, you know, like a regular old app here, but I'm really terrible at doing this backwards. But if you click here, it'll bring up this like shelf interface, and then you'll be able to kind of so this is like my starter we call it like a starter shelf, which is all your pins on it. You'll be able to start arranging them in any way you want. So what's neat about this is really our first kind of, this is our users' first ability now to really engage with other users. Meaning now in the unlocker room, I see who I'm boosting, and now I could see their collection as well. Not their full collection, because I know there's like some privacy concerns, like, you know, I don't want someone to see everything I have, but they'll see the stuff that you want to show off. And the way that's going to happen is, you know, like, because the unlock room is the only place right now that has public facing content, is you'll be able to just kind of click on one of these, and it says this user has no publicly shared shelves. So you know, I just clicked on like just a user, because this is a live build right now. So if I click on this person here, it'll say this user doesn't have any shared shelves. Let me see if I could find one of our beta testers that
I have a pin in the unlocker room. JCG,
Yeah.
you can search for it.
Okay, so JCG. I hope you're not thinking I'm going to boost you, though.
You're okay, man. I don't need boost. That's what we have FiGPiN boosters for, man. Those guys are great.
I'm just being here. I'm actually.
So brutal.
I'll boost your egg there. Just got that one. So here you go. So I click on your username, and I see that you have two shelves. One's called Comic-Con, and those are your pins from the cons, and then one is called your starter shelf, which actually is showing all of your shelves. So you've chosen, we've lost battle. So you've chosen to actually make that entire shelf visible.
Yep.
On purpose, right? Like, I'm hoping on purpose.
Yeah, no, that's right.
yeah. So that's I know it seems like a kind of like a minor feature, but it's actually a pretty big feature on our path to getting more community engagement. Because if you want to interact with someone else, one of the best ways of doing that is looking at their collection. Because right now there's only this kind of weird kind of peephole view through the unlocker room pins, you know, or the pins that go into the unlocker room.
Yeah.
And I just said like peephole unlock room. That's really weird. But you know what I'm getting at.
Yep.
That's funny.
I just ran to the end and pressed all my buttons to see if I could get it, but I couldn't. So
yeah, I think it was a small group. I think it might have been like 10 or 20 people. But we are possibly going to release this week. This feature.
Cool.
We were supposed to release it last year at the tail end of the cons, but you know, just it didn't happen. The next big feature that we're building right now is the FiGPiN Chase Edition feature in the app. You might have heard me talking about it randomly, like here or there. Oh my God! Now I'm like, you know, I have to think about who I've said to what and where.
Yeah, you shared this. I'm not sure how publicly you've shared this stuff.
Yeah. So we have, you know, so everybody knows, like, we're releasing, we're coming out with NBA soon, and it's and like, we, you know, these are like iconic players. They're the best. I mean, so I think it's some of the best art we've ever done, and the way they're being presented in the packaging, it's just it's on another level. And so we wanted to take NBA and use that as a launch platform for this concept of the FiGPiN Chase, because, you know, there you go. Wait, how do you get one? So we
it doesn't work. I don't know what happened.
We we took a lot of punches for getting rid of like chase pins, if you remember, like in 2019, no, in 2020. And the problem with chase in retail is basically the people that work at retail get all the chase pins. Like, and there's a bunch of other reasons why we just stopped doing chase, because it didn't work. Like chase works really well in blind packaging, which we're not going to do, and chase works really well if you have more control over like the selling channels. And there's a funny chase thing, like in our warehouse when we had we'd have like two pins that are like sequenced, that are, one is a chase and one isn't, and so the chase would come packed like 1 in 6 of our inner cases. And so at the warehouse they would pull the guys working there, they would pull the chase and put them in their own bins, right? Because they were like, like pin number 1, 2, 3 and pin number 1, 2, 4. So they put the chase pieces in the 1, 2, 4 bin, and so all the orders that were being fulfilled were 1, 2, 3. And so like the chase pins would never get fulfilled because no one like ordered those. And so that was like one side of it, and so we fixed that. But then the other side of it is someone orders pin number 1, 2, 3, and they get the chase pin of 1, 2, 4, and then we get a support ticket saying, you guys sent me the wrong pin, I ordered 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
You can't win.
And so we developed this idea of FiGPiN Chase Edition, which is basically one-time limited edition gold-plated versions of pins, the kind of styling you'd see in box sets. And the way that you will be able to acquire these pins is in the app when you unlock what we call the parent version of it. So in other words, if you unlock player X from the NBA, you're going to get a shot at getting a chase many times on that pin. Like it's going to be a cool thing, and that's something that we actually we can't like drag our feet on, because those things have a very strict release schedule that we have to meet. So that's going to be a feature that you'll be seeing probably sooner than later. That's like the worst.
I mean,
yeah.
I you know that I'm aware of this because we've talked about this, but so I'm definitely, it's exciting to go out and hear that you guys are coming through with it. It definitely sounds cool. I definitely am supporting the idea of having chases be part of a digital experience. I see the vision that you guys are going to, trying to go ahead and get more app usage, your percentage up there. And it's definitely a cool way to be able to do that. And yeah, I mean, like you said, you were like this before with, and there's going to be people that are going to complain about it no matter what, but I think it's still an amazing idea. So awesome work again to you and the team.
I'm super excited to hear
we get to, I think the important thing is that we get to control how these chase pins go out into the world. And I know that sounds weird, like we want control, but when you have control, you get the chance to give people a fair shot at getting it, and you get a chance to make it fun for people. So
instead of bots or a bunch of people wanted the same and then turn around the same night and put it up for double.
Yeah, and the one thing I could tell you about FiGPiN Chase Edition is your serial number is going to come into play here. So the serial numbers aren't going to be just these like, because up until today, like serial numbers are just like random kind of, like just random serial numbers, but they're going to have a bigger role in how you take your shot at the chase.
So if you buy multiples of the common, say 5 Michael Jordans, we'll just say, do you have that many more chances to get that Michael Jordan chase?
I mean, it's kind of like if you buy 10 Hawks, like glitter Hawks, and you have 10 iPads, do you increase your chance of a good unlock by 10? I mean,
Sure.
if you have 10 friends on 10 iPads, so 10, yeah, you do, because you just have more. Yeah. So the answer is yes. Like if you have more, you just have more shots at it, because one common gives you one shot, basically.
Sure.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, and so then the last two things, I see you messing with your headphones, and I actually think that my hair is looking better than yours today. So keep your headphones on. Your hair is, my hair looks much better today, my friend. But the last thing is any things you want to share, maybe a pin or something, that a license that's going to be coming out, anything that we can pull out of you.
Give me a date on Legend of Korra.
Oh boy.
If the answer is no, that's okay. We get it. We just I just wanted to ask.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that we've been working on has been this is going to be boring, but it's operational stuff. Like how can we go from working like one way into working a new way that is going to enable us to crank out more art and more pins and more development. So it's not like really fun stuff, but it's foundational work that's going to enable like us to release a lot more characters. But I mean, I'm currently working on, I could tell you, like, I'm working on Sailor Moon packaging, right now, which is, which I think is going to be like super, super popular. We I here in the next month or so, you're going to see a lot of really big announcements from
cool.
us. Yeah, and
awesome.
NBA, and again, it's kind of like the worst kept secret, but NBA is going to be one of them. And I think the excitement around NBA isn't so much that we're doing NBA, because like we've said it, it's just they're so amazing. Like the product is so cool, and we've internally called it like 3D trading cards, because if you look at like a sports card, it's like just a sort of flat. This thing just has this cool depth to it, and we as you've heard from me before, we're going to eventually build some really neat features in the app for the NBA, and for the people that don't like basketball, we have MLB coming after that.
Very cool.
Our intent is to keep marching down all of the sports categories, but again, it's that curve. Like, how can we keep growing the customer base and the community, so that we could keep making the catalog wider, and so that we could keep developing more and more. I did want to talk about two other things, if you're okay. I know.
I just wanted to respect your time.
No, I appreciate
we're past more than half an hour, so I don't want to go ahead and.
It's okay. I'll it's fine. It'll be okay. So we this is kind of like good news, bad news. And I'm not going to show you anything. Don't.
I was like,
we got the ultras, like manufactured, made, delivered. And,
so you're telling me that right there in your hand in that brown box is an ultra. All right.
Yes.
Well, I mean, that was at least something cool. We got to see what it's going to be packaged in.
There you go.
Ultra
You
One.
won.
Yes. But we found like that there was we've been talking about ultra for I don't know how long now, and we really wanted this thing to be like perfect. We found some issues with this run that we didn't like, so we're going to redo it, and that's just going to delay it probably by another month or so. But ultra was, what I was saying before, like we were ready to just come out swinging in 2022. Ultra was on the calendar, so it's going to get pushed back a little bit. So on the app side, it's the ultra stuff is going to be pretty neat too.
So when we look at the Ultra, then when it does get released, is there going to be this hidden lot size of these ones that you're scrapping right now?
Anyone that is planning on dumpster diving, you're not gonna find anything. We actually had that conversation. Like, what do we do with the serial numbers? Do we reuse them, or do we scrap them and keep them kind of as part of the history? And do we issue new serial numbers? We don't know yet.
You yell
So-
what the FiGPiN and send them to us.
Make it a chase, and we'll go do it.
Yeah.
FiGPiN, right?
But don't you feel though that like putting non-functional pins by way of the app into the wild, it's kind of like it kind of defeats the purpose.
It's still part of your story though. So if anyone like me wants to go out and have the complete collection, which you can see,
Yeah.
there's a couple of holes in my collection that I'm still searching for. You know,
Yeah.
it's a fun thing to go ahead and just keep part of your story.
Yeah, but does that apply to something like this where
Yeah, I mean
it's a manufacturing defect that's just never going to see the light of
Yep.
day. So the app is so the app had Ultra. Unlocker Room Lobby is kind of like this unloved child because we know how important it is, but it just keeps like waiting for these others to kind of come across. Like Ultra shoved it out of the way, and then FiGPiN Chase Edition like elbowed it, and it just keeps getting like pushed around. And there's a whole bunch of other features that we're building. We have a new team that is now taking over app development, and hopefully this will mean only good things. Not hopefully, I know it will mean good things because they know what we need, and they're also fans as well. So
yeah. Yep. So it was you didn't want to go ahead and share anything with us, but I know that there was you had shared something at one of the cons that you had swore that no one was going to take a picture of, which is now it's released. So I mean, you have. I know before this was released, you had shared this at one of the cons and said no one can go ahead and take a picture of this. But I know that there was also something on your lanyard that no one had. I think it took a little bit for people to notice it on your lanyard, and I'm pretty sure it was at the special San Diego Comic-Con. So that was
we had
this black and copper Vegeta. I believe it from the pictures. It looked like it was a black and copper Vegeta.
That's right.
See, I'm more focusing on that Toy Fair logo that was on there.
That's true. You also had that.
Yeah, that was the Toy Fair logo from 2020. And we, of course, Toy Fair, like the rest of the civilization, got canceled in 2020, so we just didn't release it. We're going to Toy Fair this February, so I asked the team to, instead of like handing it out at the show, which I think would be weird because most of the attendees there are not FiGPiN collectors, we're going to just figure out some kind of promo to do during Toy Fair that will enable people to get their hands on that logo.
Very cool.
So yeah, I had it. It's somewhere around here. So yeah, you're talking about this guy.
Yeah, that you like nonchalantly put onto your lanyard.
Yeah, we have like, so here's the thing, we prototype a lot of stuff, and sometimes if you're trying to prototype a finish, it's just easier to grab a pin you've made already and prototype it that way than to like draw something completely new. We prototype like things like this. It's kind of the same guy, but it's never going to see the light of day because like it just didn't.
Well, wait a second.
Right.
That wasn't the same pin? I never
No.
seen that one. What was that one?
Yeah.
It was like a rainbow.
Oh, we have to go ahead and now I have to go ahead and go back and pause this thing.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, look at that thing.
But it's, it has all kinds of little kind of defects and flaws in it, and so we're, it's like you don't put it out. It's just not a quality thing. It's a cool effect. We did that with Iron Man. We call it chromatic, but I think everyone else calls it rainbow.
Yep.
So it's a cool thing, and you know, we have, yeah, exactly. That one actually looks a lot better than this one. So yeah, so if I'm going to take something out to the con and wear, you know, I think it's just fun to wear like prototypes and things that, you know,
Heck yeah.
that tell the story of like what we're kind of experimenting with and what we're playing with.
That's very cool.
So yeah.
Well, I know watching all of everybody's Instagram feeds and watching all of the posts, it was living vicariously, and I liked it. So keep going.
So I mean, what do you guys think of the logo pin? That was the XL logo pin.
That
That
thing
was
is
kind of a.
It's amazing.
Yeah, its purpose is to be like you have your collection and you just, you know, you kind of top off your collection with the logo. I mean, obviously nobody's gonna wear it.
Are you sure?
You know, Michael already put it on his lanyard. He's trying to figure out how to do it so it's not, you know, like breaking his neck there.
And you know, I think the thing that we're trying to figure out is this a one and done, or do we revisit it again in the future? You know, I took a lot of, I mean, we went through like 5 iterations of like trying to get the box right. And I have somewhere here a like these different inserts that we were going to do for the box, like for different accessories and stuff. But like I said, the question that we ask ourselves now, you know, to give you like behind the curtain insight is, you know, do we stop here? Like, do we go down the whole logo pin path with this thing, or was this a kind of I think it's important for people to understand why we did this, right? We stopped making XLs, and we had like, this is the real honest story, right? And we had some XL inventory left, and we were trying to think like, how do you entice people to, you know, pick up the remaining XL inventory before we finally kind of put that product to rest. So on this one meeting, I'm like, why don't we make an XL logo pin? And that becomes like the promo pin that you get with, if you buy like 2 XLs or something, you get XL logo pin. And we're like, yeah, cool, let's do that. So that was where this was started, and we were just gonna like chuck it in a bag. But when we got this first samples, we're like, no, you can't just, you can't, that's a waste.
Yeah.
Like, this is so much more premium. So that's why we kind of like made it much more kind of luxurious than just a pin in a bag.
Well, if you do revisit it again, I mean, I think the red and white, you know, would have to go how to make its first appearance.
Like the GameStop one.
Well, give people another
Of
shot
all
to get
the
it.
logos in the world.
Give people another shot to get it. All right, there was managers just throwing it out in the trash, I heard, when they were walking past your table. So give more collectors a chance to get that one.
Man, one day.
The rainbow
All right.
one would be awesome with all the colors. It'd pop so nice.
Oh, that would be really neat. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue. No, we don't have the whole thing. We have
Roy D. Biv.
So you mentioned about going to the Toy Fair in February. What other cons are you planning for 2022?
All of them.
We have like on the books, we have Star Wars Celebrations, D23, Emerald City, San Diego, New York. I think those
Chicago?
Are I
gotta come
know.
to the Windy City.
Well, one of the things that we are talking about is seeing if we can make it to like having a smaller presence at these other shows. So you know, because it's an expensive thing for us, and expensive not necessarily just the money part of it, but just our resources. You know, the team and the exclusives, and it just takes a lot of like company resources to pull it off well. So we're thinking, is there a way we could hit smaller cons with like a
volunteer team?
A volunteer team, yeah. And so we have to think like, you know, does that mean we have to create exclusives for those, or can we just go and say, hey, we're FiGPiN, this is what we do, you know, hi? Or does it have to be this whole kind of exclusive, you know, thing at these smaller events? But yeah,
Well,
we're
one thing I
looking
did
at Anime Expo in Los Angeles and things like that. Yeah.
one thing I didn't hear you say was FWAP 2.0.
Oh yeah, yeah. And again, like resource management. It's 100% resource management for us, which is that event is like literally next week. You know, like if in kind of FiGPiN time, if you think about it,
Yep.
because a lot of the stuff that we develop is on like a 6-month dev cycle. And so if we're saying, hey, let's do something in March, like end of March or beginning of April, it's like it's almost too late. But our like today, our intent is to try and do something. And again,
Nice.
to be crystal clear for the folks that can't read things in order, we want it to be we want it to be less about buying stuff and more about just engagement with the community and having fun and just us all meeting up and sharing our love of this product. There will be an opportunity for people to buy stuff if they want, but it's not going to be the same kind of intensity as the first event, because I think it'll just be more fun that way.
Definitely. Very cool.
It was very intense the first time.
We
Didn't want to miss anything.
we didn't know, like we really like we just didn't know what was going to happen. You saw, if you remember, we had those mystery boxes, and I had kind of built this like display, and I made little stickers for them, and like 1 hour into it, like they're all gone, and we were looking at each other like, oh man, we didn't we didn't plan properly. Like we didn't realize we would see this kind of velocity. So
You probably didn't expect people to spend thousands of dollars in one, go.
yeah, it was totally unexpected, and we weren't kind of ready for that. But we dealt with it, like we made it work. But
hey, if we're not giving you hell on your app, we're gonna give you hell in person, one way or the other. We're gonna FiGPiN alive.
It's good stuff. I mean, it's good stuff. Another thing that I think is important to talk about is for the like original collectors and the people who've been around a while, I think it's important for them to understand what it means to grow, and to understand that we have to do certain things that they might not like, but we have to do in order for us to stick around. So like larger run sizes and things like that, and especially it's important for them to understand that the more customers we get, or the bigger we grow, the more valuable your stuff gets. And
things that we get and the more variations of stuff we get, that means I'm gonna have to be more picky, but yeah, no, it's a win-win.
And it's like a question, if who do we design this product for? The 5% of the audience, 10%, 20%, 40% of the audience. When we go out where we're going out in the next couple of weeks, it might be like seismic shift for the brand, like where where people are coming. This is like one of those leaks, by the way, where people are coming in from this whole new place. They might completely disrupt how the product is kind of the normal way of doing business. And I think to that point is like collectors, especially the ones, the original fans, the ones that have invested a lot into the product, that have been with us from the beginning. I think they just need to understand and be willing to grow with us. And that growth is not going to mean the value of what you've done is diminished. I think it's the opposite. It's going to actually increase the value of what you've accomplished. You guys are like the foundational pieces of this venture. So it's gonna be a crazy 2022. I could tell you that.
Can't stop growing, can't stop changing. Just
go.
Well, we are definitely excited to go ahead and see what is up and coming Amado, it's always a pleasure. Was there anything else? I know you said you had two things. I'm pretty sure you hit both of them. I didn't know if you.
Yeah, it was the app and the Ultra. I think those were
okay.
Yeah,
very cool.
We appreciate you so much for coming on and talking to us. You've been fantastic. It's always a joy.
And anytime, like the only reason I'm like John's like insanely patient with me, and I really appreciate that, because I don't ever want you to think like I'm not I'm like I don't want to come on or do this. It's just it's like this constant like inbound stuff, and I try to be thoughtful when I respond, and
yeah,
kind of,
no, I believe you, man. I know you're a busy man, and I really just wanted to give you guys the opportunity to go ahead and just share whatever messages that you want it for the fans and the collectors for 2022, especially since it's the beginning of the year. So I was happy to invite you, and I'm thankful that you're able to accept the invite.
Yeah.
So
anytime I this is a very relaxed kind of environment, like conversation. I'm more than happy to do it again. Just we just have to like find that time, like to kind of figure out the time. But yeah,
let's book now for May or June.
every Tuesday. There it is, every Tuesday.
You know where to find us.
Well, Amado, we do the show every Tuesday, and it's the same time that we have. But if there's ever a time that, doesn't work for you, I mean, we're more than happy to go ahead and have you on, especially if there's something that, you need us to share to the, to the fans, to the collectors. More than happy to go ahead and do that. As always,
breaking news coming at you live. We can always try to adjust to that too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 100% on board, especially as we get app development in a better place. I think I'd like to grow our beta testing group, because it's going to be more important on these other features to have a larger a group to test this stuff.
Yeah.
I know I've said it before, maybe in Discord or some other places, but we're also always looking for people to join the team, the FiGPiN team, and so we don't have very good kind of like jobs listing page right now, but we're as we grow, one of the things that I've found is some of the best people that we've gotten so far are actually fans, because there's this huge learning curve that you don't even have to deal with in bringing someone on board, because like they get the product, and I've kind of experienced it both ways, where you bring someone on that like really doesn't care, and you're just like, come on. Like
well, I know, I mean, Wolf's Blood has been an amazing addition to the team. I mean, I've talked with him a couple of times, so definitely a great hire and an awesome person for sure that enjoys the collection as well. So
looking for graphic, I'm still on this like hunt for a graphic designer. It has to be like AAA kind of Photoshop, Illustrator guy, gal, and I found like the best way for me to kind of see what they have is just like portfolio. Portfolios might be old school, but to me, like if you don't have a rock solid portfolio,
yeah,
it's like trying to apply for a job without a resume. Trust me.
All right, guys. Well, you heard it here. And Amado, do they just reach out to you or send it to like the general FiGPiN?
Let's do jobs at FiGPiN.
Okay. Well, guys, you heard it here. If you do have that experience for graphic designer with those specific programs, please go ahead and send it to jobs@figpin.com, and you might be the next FiGPiN employee.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Amado, I know that we're way over the half-hour time that you promised to us, but we definitely appreciate you sticking with us. So we do have a couple more things that we wanted to chat about, but we'll go ahead and let you go. So thank you again, and Happy New Year, my friend.
Thank you. Happy New Year. Thanks for the invite, and we'll see you guys soon.
Yep. As always, if there's anything that we can do, please let us know to help you.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Thanks.
Sorry, evening.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
I'm really gonna bug you one day about where this came from and information on it.
Yeah, man, that Steph Curry is pretty cool. So yeah, guys, just again,
was
so
amazing.
amazing, and it's great that Amado was able to go ahead, and it was super short notice, and I wish I would have thought about it last month to go ahead and reach out to him, but he was gracious enough to go ahead and give us that amount of time. So
That was cool.
thank you. But yeah, so one of the things that was on my mind was obviously this, right? So were you able to get the FiGPiN XL logo?
Of course.
Yeah, I got it.
I've
been looking for it. I have no idea where it's at the moment.
It's definitely amazing. I mean, just I love the box that it comes in. It's definitely a cool concept. So then the other, two crazy things.
Wait. Battle, you've been pulling pins out all night, like out of your literally nowhere. This is like he's talking about one. You're like, here it is.
Rainbow.
You can't find the biggest logo they
Yeah,
make.
seriously, man.
I don't know where it's
Oh,
at. I'm
God.
a little freaking out. Hey, have you guys? I'm gonna go on a little side rant. Have you guys seen that FiGPiN, post? What's the hashtag? Like, show me your collection or something like that.
Yeah, show off your collection.
So
Show me your FiGPiNs. Show me your FiGPiNs.
Show me your FiGPiNs. I've been wanting to start off like where I'm doing something like this, where I'll put it up in a couple days. I just haven't had time. Or like start off showing it and then just be like, blam, all over the floor.
Someone's organizing, it looks like.
Oh man. That honestly, I haven't even been in town, and then I just started work again this week. So that was actually trying to find some of the pins for our giveaway.
Oh, okay.
I display my pins. Just...
Yeah. So then the other two like crazy things that happened in the last 2 weeks. I know we haven't had a show before Christmas. So we had the Santa Grogu drops, right? The two glitter Grogu drops. That was totally amazing.
Yeah. Has everybody gotten theirs?
I got shipping confirmation, I think either Sunday or yesterday. So I know that they're shipping out. And then last week I got the other crazy thing. Well, what did you guys think about the Grogu, the glitter Grogu's Santa edition? You have the cup, cute. The hot cocoa cup, right? And then what was the other one now? Why can't I think what the other one is?
Is he holding an ornament?
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
Oh yeah. He's like it's Grogu with the Force, but he's holding up the ornaments.
Yeah. I mean, I love them. I mean, being a fan of Mando, it's definitely awesome. So I don't know what you guys think about it.
I haven't seen them in person, so I'm sure they're gonna do well. But the couple people I've seen post, the glitter came out really good on them.
The glitter is on point, and the red really makes it pop. It looks good.
It's kind of dumb because it's just as random, like, I'm gonna put a Santa coat on it. But for Christmas, like, it was kind of cool.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was perfect timing for sure. And then a day later, right, 24 hours after they have the surprise drop for the 1,000 limited edition lot for the glitter Grogus, you have gold Grogu be a totally surprise drop. I was driving. I was, going between New York and Pennsylvania, and it was only because I saw someone say something about, amazing job with the, this Grogu. I was like, well, let me pull over and see what they're talking about.
I'm glad you said you pulled over. I
went ahead and I was like, oh my God, they just released this gold Grogu. Let me order one real quick. I had put two in the cart because I'm just thinking like the typical two minimum.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you can only order one. I'm like, oh my God, please let me. And I clicked on it and then I was able to complete the order. I went back and I was like, let me see if I can go ahead and, do one under my wife's account. And it was already sold out. So I was like, oh my gosh, man, I can't believe that this, it was definitely just luck of the draw that I was able to, see the alert come up while I was driving and grab one.
Isn't it a limited of 500?
Yeah.
Dang.
And I missed it.
Yep.
Dang. What a pin to have, though. See, those are the cool stories. It sucks when you miss them, but those are the cool stories of. I mean, canopies everybody. But yeah, like
And I don't collect the Star Wars line. I collect it for my husband. But have you looked at the pictures close up? What's with the gold Grogu's like eyes, man? They're like glowing, like weird. They're weird.
Yeah, he looks like he's having some fun there. That's for sure. I'm not sure what's in that hot cocoa, but
Exactly.
Casey pointed that out right away. Like, what's wrong with his eyes? And I was like, oh my, I don't.
Seriously, the gold one is kind of like, whoa.
That
Well,
is awesome.
So the last thing that I have to share is this. So this is the Venom from Spider-Man Maximum Carnage. This is actually an AP pin that no one won during our FiGPiN Miss charity giveaway event. So we ran that the Tuesday before Christmas. Again, thank you everyone that went ahead and donated. It was totally amazing. We had a goal of $1,000. We blew that goal out of the water. So again, thank you to everyone. Because this was not one of the prizes that was won during the event, we said that everyone that had donated, we would put them onto a wheel of names, and who everyone that has that, I already have it set up. So we're ready to go with it. And I am going to share my screen. Let me first.
That's awesome. Thanks.
Do that.
Donating. That was awesome.
I think when we do something like that again, instead of like, I have to venture down different carnival games, maybe just like a wheel spin, like a.
There you go. All right, here we go. I'm going to share our screen here. So again, this is for everyone that was in the FiGPiN Miss charity giveaway. Thank you so much for donating. And this spin is to win the Venom AP from the Spider-Man Maximum Carnage.
Ooh, I hope I win.
All right, we'll shuffle twice. 1, 2.
And one for good luck.
One for good luck. All right. Shuffle. All right, just to. There's everyone. If I spelled anyone's name incorrectly, I apologize. All right, here we go. On 3, 2, 1.
Good luck.
Good luck, everyone.
However you did that noise.
No music.
Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
FiGPiN battle.
Benjamin Doherty, who I believe is FiGPiN, I think
Maybe.
I believe his name is. So Benjamin, congratulations. I will
Awesome.
I'll reach out to you. Let me stop sharing my screen. And we'll get this shipped out to you. So yeah, congratulations, man. That's so awesome. Yeah, guys, I really hope that everyone is enjoying the new format on YouTube. Hopefully videos coming through clear. Hopefully sound is coming through as well. But we appreciate all the support.
Feel free to message us any comments, questions, concerns, how we can do things better, what you guys want to see from us in 2022. We're willing to we're here for you guys. So we want to hear what you guys want to see and hear. And also we need people to volunteer, reach out to us who wants to come on the show. So just reach out to Battle John or myself. And if you're interested in being interviewed by us, let us know and we'll set up a time with you.
Yeah, I mean, perfect opportunity to go ahead and showcase some other collectors. We love doing this. We obviously are collectors ourselves, and the people that we've had in the past. It's been a pleasure to get to know people and kind of put a face to a FiGPiN screen name. So definitely cool. But yeah, I mean, please reach out to us. We're always looking to go ahead and fill up our slots for every week. So yeah. So as always, we'll go ahead and finish the show. Alex, do you have anything for the good of the order?
I don't think so. This has been a fantastic show. I really appreciate Amado and all his insights that he has. I really appreciate you guys. I hope you had a great holiday, some time off. And I'm just really looking forward to 2022. I need a fresh start here. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yep, definitely. Battle, what about you, my friend?
What the fig pin? You guys blew my mind tonight. I'm excited for our new platform. I'm loving WTF. Amado, thank you for your time. I missed you guys the last week or so. I think I even texted you guys like I'm with you in spirit right now, doing my show in my head, So I'm
Yep.
excited to be back. I don't know how we're gonna top this show. I mean, what we have coming up, I think is gonna be epic. So I think we have more than enough good stuff to cover coming up pretty soon.
And one last thing before, John, I let you go, but make sure you guys are subscribing to our channel. Hit that bell so you get notifications when we do go live. Your support really means a lot, and those subscriptions are support for us. So make sure
Yeah,
you subscribe.
definitely. So weird. We have to go ahead and say share, like, and subscribe now, right? I mean,
Right?
with Facebook, we didn't have to do that. So, but yeah, share, like, and subscribe, guys. We always appreciate the support. Again, Happy New Year to everyone. We're looking forward to a great 2022. And as always, your support is, what helps us keep doing this. So, thank you again. We're looking forward to what we can go ahead and accomplish this year. I think we're going to still finish the show the same way we always do, right? I mean, it's only proper, right?
Only.
All right.
We can
So,
boost awesome, or we can say what the FiGPiN.
yeah. Well, what do you guys want to do? What do you want to change it to?
Hashtag don't think I'm gonna boost you now.
There you go. Yeah, guys. So again, there are some amazing groups, through Discord. We have our sister group is FiGPiN Fans Discord page. So make sure you're checking them out. We also, we're fully supporting. We're part of FiGPiN Boosters. Definitely a great community there for sure. So check them out. And then you have Chasers as well on Facebook. So, make sure that you're supporting all those different groups. We appreciate that. So you tell me, guys, what the FiGPiN, or are we going to do Boost Awesome? Some people are saying Boost Awesome here.
I mean, boost. I'm gonna.
All right, we got to stay original for the first show. We'll stay original. All right, guys. Have a great evening. 3, 2, 1. Boost Awesome.
Good night.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.